The Open Window. This story is about a young girl, Vera, who frightens the nervous Mr. Nuttall with a made-up story. Mr. Frampton Nuttall was a nervous sort of person. The doctor had advised him to spend some time in the country to calm his nerves. Since he did not know anyone there, his sister had provided him with letters of introduction to some of the people she knew. He began by visiting Mrs. Sappleton. When he reached her house, he was met by the woman's young niece, Vera. When Vera learned that Mr. Nuttall did not know anyone in the area, she made up a story about how her aunt had lost her husband and two brothers in a tragic hunting accident 3 years ago. She added that the 3 men had drowned in a bog and that it was the anniversary of the tragedy. She mentioned that her aunt had left the French window open because she believed that they would return one day. Mrs. Sappleton arrived just then. Unknowingly, she confirmed her niece's story by mentioning that she was expecting the men to come home from shooting any time now. Mr. Nuttall became more nervous and tried to change the topic by telling Mrs. Sappleton about his health problems. Suddenly, Mrs. Sappleton became very alert and commented that the men were back just in time for tea. Mr. Nuttall turned to see 3 men walking towards the house through the twilight. His nervous disposition led him to think that they were ghosts. He got up and fled in terror. Mrs. Sappleton was astonished at his behavior and said it was as though he had seen a ghost. This time, Vera claimed that Mr. Nuttall had once been attacked by dogs in India and was afraid of them ever since. She guessed that Mr. Nuttall must have seen their dog and run away.